What is up, investors? Welcome back to the Everything Crypto Show, where we bring you the latest and most important news moving crypto markets, as well as deep dives on projects we see as having huge potential in the future. Now, as always, please remember that nothing on this channel is financial advice, but rather my own thoughts, opinions, and research that I have compiled and broken down for viewer education and entertainment purposes only. So all you got to do is sit back, relax, grab that Saturday morning cup of joe, and enjoy the Everything Crypto Show. And just some basic house cleaning stuff here. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel or liked the video, please make sure to do so. It costs you guys nothing, and it does mean a whole lot to me. I really appreciate it. And if you do want to keep up to date on all of the moves that we are making in the market in real time, as well as keeping in the loop on all of the most important news, then you definitely want to be following us on our Twitter page and in the Telegram channel. Both links are in the description down below. And now we're going to go ahead and get right into today's calculation video. And really, since these visa changes have been made and since there was such a massive uproar within the community, we have really been making these compound interest videos to demonstrate to the community that even in spite of these visa changes, CRO can still offer a very, very impressive yield through DeFi staking. And we did a jade green version of this calculation 2 weeks back. A week back, we did the icy white version. But what we never actually did was a DCA version where we actually continuously contribute to the DeFi wallet and take a look at how that really extrapolates over a 5-year period. So I did think that it was really important to actually do this video with a DCA method, as that is personally what we do. I am a firm believer that dollar cost averaging is the best and really only way to actually survive the crypto markets for the long term, unless you are incredibly good at timing each and every bottom, and I don't know many people that are. And yeah, so this just really goes to show you what the power of compound investing is, and you guys are definitely going to want to stick around for these results, as they are quite wild. So for starters, this is just a quick reminder on what the visa rates are given the changes, and basically you get 4% cat or CRO stake on the Jade Green and Royal Indigo, and an 8% on your stake for the Icy White, Rose Gold, and Obsidian card. And to be honest, though, it's just not going to cut it anymore whatsoever. So it is time to change the plan and go to the Crypto.com DeFi wallet. Now, the main assumption we are making in this video is that, let's say you were considering actually spending that 4,000 USD for the Crypto.com Visa. What could you actually do instead of getting the Visa to go ahead and generate more CRO? And what you would do is go ahead and use the DeFi wallet instead. So assuming that you take this 4,000 American worth of CRO and you did purchase it at an average price of 18 cents, which is where it is hovering, in and around for the past couple of days, that is going to net you 22,222 CRO in total. And what you're going to do is go ahead and take this 22K CRO and move it over to the DeFi wallet. So also, if you guys do want an icy white version of this DCA method, let me know in the comments down below, and that will be the last calculation video I do breaking down these new changes. So moving on to the DeFi wallet, what you can see here is that first of all, there is a very easy setup plus integration with the Crypto.com main app. You simply download the DeFi wallet, and then you go into the Crypto.com main app, go to your settings. It'll basically give you the option to instantly select and connect your DeFi wallet to the main app. And what that does is it means you don't have to bother with copy pasting your wallet address every single time. You can simply just click this right here, press send funds, and then boom, it makes it very, very simple to actually send funds from the main app to the DeFi wallet. Now, very important note, okay, I did mention this last week, but I still get a lot of questions about this. So if you are sending CRO from the main app to the DeFi wallet to actually earn some yield, you need to listen to this. Do not send your CRO via the Cronos chain. Send it via the Crypto.org chain. And the reason being is that to actually generate this yield on your CRO, you are doing it through Crypto.org chain staking, not through the Cronos chain. There is currently no native staking yet available on the Cronos chain. You can only do it through the Crypto.org chain. Now, mind you, there is actually a bridge tool within the DeFi wallet where you can go ahead and bridge this CRO from the Cronos chain to the Crypto.org chain. But for simplicity's sake, and for people who have asked me in the comments down below, you do want to be sending your CRO via the Crypto.org chain. If you are sending it via the Cronos chain, that's why when you actually go to this earn tab here, you don't see any available balance in CRO, because it is not on the correct blockchain. So once again, just definitely make sure that you are sending it via the crypto.org chain, and you'll know that because the wallet address will literally begin with CRO. All crypto.org chain addresses begin with CRO, so that is how you can double check. So once you got your CRO in the DeFi wallet, you can go ahead and go down to the Earn tab here, and it'll show you all of the assets that you can actually earn on. These rates are outdated. I just have this as an example for the UI interface, and then what you're going to do is press Start Earning. Now once you've pressed Start Earning, it's going to bring you to this pool of validators. And you can see here that it is recommended to select a validator with 99% uptime as well as 7% or less voting power to ensure the decentralization of the pool. Now, if you guys have watched our previous videos, you know that we have found the best validator on the crypto.org chain, and that is Jerry's pool. So we can see here that Jerry does actually fulfill both of these requirements, as he has a well over a 98% uptime with a 99.98% uptime on the validator pool. And what that basically means is it runs 99.98% of the time, meaning that you are getting your rewards almost 100% of the time. So if the uptime on a pool is 50%, that means you would only be getting half of the rewards because the validator node is down half the time. So that's why the uptime is important. And then you can see here that he comes in at 3.53% voting power. So pretty much at like half of the minimum amount of voting power that you do, or rather the maximum amount of voting power that you do want to see on a pool, which means that this pool is very safe. It is up almost 100% of the time, and that is what we like to see. Not to mention, you are also earning this juicy 12.35% per annum. This is also, to the best of my knowledge, the highest per annum return that you can get within the DeFi wallet for your CRO. And what I did here was I went ahead and just staked 90 CRO to show you what it actually looks like when you press on Jerry's pool. It's going to say the stake amount 90, the estimated network fee is 0.0002 CRO. That is like that's like a fraction of a penny, a fraction of a penny. And also, another important thing that I really like about Jerry's pool here is that he is charging 0% commission. That means that this 12.35% per annum is all yours. Jerry is not taking any of this as a commission, which I do really like. And then you can see here what it's going to look like once you have actually confirmed your stake, and it's going to show you your CRO balance here with your estimated annual reward, the amount of CRO that you staked, and your reward balance, and you can easily claim these rewards by just clicking this button on the bottom. So now that we have that stuff out of the way, let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's get into the formula here. Now, you guys know that in previous videos with the no dollar cost average method, basically what you're doing is X amount of CRO times 12.35%, which is the per annum return from Jerry's pool, and then divided by 12 because we are recompounding on a monthly basis, and that is going to give you your new total amount of CRO, which you then drag to the beginning of the equation, and you rinse and repeat for 12 times per year, obviously once for each month of the year. And now the formula with dollar cost averaging is a little bit different. So you guys, I want you to really pay attention to this if you have been watching the previous videos without the dollar cost averaging, because now the equation actually becomes your CRO value in USD plus your DCA in USD as well, and then times your 12.35% from Jerry's pool divided by 12, and that's going to net you your new total amount in USD, which you are going to rinse and repeat for 12 times per year. So why are we doing this in USD instead of CRO? And that is because with this new method, with the DCA method of buying consistently every month, it is virtually impossible to predict how much 250 a month will get you in CRO. Right? Like right now, CRO is 18 cents, but then next month, if CRO is 30 cents, you're going to get pretty much almost half the CRO that you would have got for 250 a month. It's impossible for me to predict when each individual is going to do their dollar cost averaging on a monthly basis. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is it's not going to work. It's going to skew the whole formula. So what we are going to do is we're going to actually carry out this equation in USD, and then we are going to incorporate our CRO price predictions at the end, and then you will see how truly wild this can get in terms of the potential returns for the future. So let's say that you want a dollar cost average $250 per month. The formula is going to look like this: 4,000, which is the initial amount that you put down, in CRO that you were going to spend on the Jade Green Visa, but instead we are now going with the DeFi wallet. So that 4,000 USD plus 250 a month dollar cost average times 12.35% divided by 12 equals X. And then once again, you're just going to drag that X back to the beginning, and that is how we calculate this. We extrapolate it over a 5-year period, and let's show you what these results look like. So you can see that at the end of year 1, you have your 4,000 contributed plus your 250 a month, which does work out to $3,000 a year. So you have contributed 7,000 at the end of year 1, and your balance is 7.7 thousand. You are right at $7,700 after year 1, so up about 10%. Now, in year 2, you would have contributed 10,000 by the end of year 2, but you will have 11.8 thousand. So you are up, give or take, about 18% by the end of your second year. Now, for the third year here, you are at total contribution of 13,000 with an actual value of 16,610. Year 4, you have contributed, at the end of year 4, you have contributed 16,000 in total, but this value is actually worth just under 22,000 because you are earning that 12.35%. And now by the end of year 5, you have contributed in total 19 grand, but this future value, it is actually worth $28,000 USD. So what does this look like in terms of a percentage breakdown? And these are the conclusions, assuming that your CRO remained flat for 5 years. Please remember that, okay? Because we did calculate this in USD, which does not actually account for any potential price appreciation of CRO, which we will account for at the end. But first of all, just remember as a baseline, this is what your percentage increase looks like, assuming that CRO remained the same price. So your total contributed over this 5-year period is 19 grand. It's the 4,000 to start plus 3,000 per annum times 5, which is 15,000, and these two added together gives you that 19,000. And by 2027, you have ended with roughly $28,000 worth of CRO, and what that represents there is a 47.36% increase over a 5-year period, which works out to 9.4% on a per annum basis. So you might be looking at this and thinking like, what the heck? I can get, an average of 10% from the stock market every year. Promises an average of 10%. Why would I do this? And once again, that's because this 9.4% per annum, this pretty much assumes that CRO stays the same price from the minute you started buying it to the minute you plan on pulling out. So assuming that CRO remained the same price, you are still going to be netting this 47.36% increase just for actually compound investing. However, once we actually go ahead and incorporate the price assumptions, this is where it gets a little more insane, in my opinion, and I think you guys will see that very well. Now, you guys know that generally when we do these videos, we do have our actual bear, median, and bull case price targets for CRO, which are set at $2.50, $5, and $10 as the absolute bullish case scenario. And once again, the reason we are not actually using those in this video is because it does work a little bit different with dollar cost averaging. And once again, just because the DCA will be so varied, I can't predict as a baseline how much one individual will be up, because it does depend on when you really choose to DCA. But here's the bottom line when it comes to dollar cost averaging. This is why we talk about it so much on the channel. Basically, look, this is a chart of Ethereum, okay? If you just bought Ethereum every single month here, you bought it here, 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 then you bought it on the big boom up to 900, then you bought it on the bigger boom up to 13, then the bigger boom up to 25, the biggest boom up to like this almost $5,000 range. If you just consistently buy every single month, whether it is up, down, left, right, 360, it doesn't matter, you would still be up at the end of the day because you have been buying constantly. You've been buying the highs, you've been buying the lows, and over the long term, as long as it does continue to trend upwards, you will be up on your investment. And that is the power of dollar cost averaging, of just ignoring the price and buying assets that you believe in for the long term, trusting that the chart will continue to go upwards regardless of any short to mid-term volatility. So that is why we are not using specific price targets, because it will be impossible to predict each individual's average cost. But what we can do here is, in my opinion, very safely assume that, let's just say that you anywhere in the ballpark range of 2 to 7x on your investment from your average cost. And keep in mind that a 7x right now on CRO would only be $1.40 from this like 18-cent range, give or take, even less. And that is actually like nowhere near even my bearish case price target. So I don't think that, I'm being, what's the word here? Aggressive at all with my assumptions. In fact, we do keep them very, very conservative. So just keep that in mind before we actually take a look at these numbers. Now, for a 2x from your average cost, this 28,000 would actually be worth 56 grand. And also keep in mind that this is coming from a total capital amount invested of 19,000. So a 3x, you'd be looking at 84 grand. From a 4x, you'd be looking at 112,000. A 5x, 140 grand. A 6x, 168,000. And if CRO was to 7x from your average cost, you are looking at a total here of $196,000 worth of CRO. Once again, from a total capital amount invested of only 19,000. So I hope that this video did really help show you guys the power of compound investing, of dollar cost averaging. What you'll see here is that if you actually look at this percentage number, it's actually less impressive than it is if you do not dollar cost average. I believe when you don't dollar cost average, this percent increase is closer to like the 60 to 70% range. However, the percentage base does not really matter in this scenario, guys. It's not a flex about who can make the most percentage gain. The bottom line is that if you buy CRO and if you just continue to buy, even though your percentage return might be worse, the actual overall amount that you are making is much, much better. Like imagine if you hadn't contributed this 3,000 per year over a 5-year period, these numbers here would not be the same. They would be much, much lower, even if your percentage increase was a little bit better. But guys, crypto investing is not about a flex. It's not about, oh, I got this much percentage on my return. It is about making the most money possible, and that is it. And I do really believe that over long periods of time, dollar cost averaging is the way to go, as well as this compound investing on a monthly basis. And I do really hope this video helped demonstrate once again why CRO is one of my favorite projects for earning this passive income from crypto. So with that said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I think it will be of particular use, especially now with this bear market that we are facing, as a nice reminder that you can still make plenty of money off of crypto even when the price action does not want to move. So if you enjoyed this video, please do be sure to smash that thumbs up and like button. Once again, I love and appreciate all of you who show up to support the videos every weekend. I wish you all a peaceful and restful Saturday. Catch you guys in the next one.